Have you been like naked in your bed, planking and just like crying?
You what?
They're a bit late, aren't they?
A little bit.
What the fuck? Why did I get an intro?
Wax on the interview.
Not bad. Drop the mic.
Get the mic.
So, I want to kick us off by asking you about your upcoming album release. Fill us in.
That's a great first question. We don't have one.
You wanna go? Yeah, go on. So we were in the studio recently, and we've recorded a bunch of new songs, and we're working on so many more because we feel like we don't have the right presence on Spotify, like musically. We haven't got the songs out that kind of represent us because we obviously had a bit of a change at some point. Some people might remember that. So we've got loads of massive announcements coming, but we're going to be having to delay this EP coming out, or these more tracks, because we're going to be moving on to some big singles coming out and really pushing those.
Nice. Would you say that Run It is the start of that? Or
Heavy Temptation and Run It combined is like, because Heavy Temptation was the first tune we finished when we found that sound. So put that out, and then, like we were saying, we're just about getting content out. So getting Run It out afterwards seemed like, logical.
So basically, one of the questions that that someone who actually listens to the music asked, are you ever going to release Amsterdam on Spotify or anything?
Right. Well, we do like that tune, to be fair.
Yes.
Our writing process is quite. It's a lot different to most people's, I feel, because we don't try and come up with a formula. It's very much just one of us comes up with an idea, and then we work our arse off for probably too long, like months on end, for like one song. And Damn was like a really Jake went to Amsterdam himself.
It was
and
good time.
Yeah, came back and was like a changed man. I was like, I got these lyrics and no, but we really like playing that tune. It's a lot different. It's a bit more mellow to our usual kind of heavy riffs.
Yeah.
And that. So yeah, I'd like to release that.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably when we get round to getting this EP out, which is probably looking at sort of, I'd say October time. It'll be that end of this year, but it will be on there. It is going to be out at some
In
point.
October?
We've got plans, man.
You got plans?
Yeah,
We've got big things that we can't
we've
really
got
say
big things
a lot
coming.
about.
Big things coming. We can't talk about it all. Yeah.
Is it all secret now?
It's all secret.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we've got some industry interest, you see, and we're kind of on a little bit of a thing.
We can't disclose all the information yet. We've got to keep.
Yeah.
Got to keep something secret.
Remain mysterious.
If we did tell you, we actually would kill you, and the police would never find you.
Yes.
We are going to shows out.
speaking of the shows, actually, I just wanted to talk about how much of a success and how well the Mad Friday gig at the Parish went down.
Oh, it's sweet.
I wasn't there myself, but Dan was there.
Very good. It was a very good
And from what I've heard, it was a momentous night.
It was very packed in there, let's just say that. I was just rammed in corner.
There was some literal swinging from rafters at one point.
Yeah, there were people swinging from the rafters.
We tried to cram as many people in there as possible. To be fair,
I think we hit over capacity. To be honest.
It's definitely an event we're proud of. We managed to sell out on pre-sale alone, like via online tickets that we set up, push that through Instagram, and we managed to get, I think it was 150 at capacity. We added like 20 on the guest list, and by the first chorus of the first song, we had them bouncing. It was pretty mad, sitting back on the drums and just watching these sweaty bodies.
Big ups to £2 in Persian rug
We
sale.
were ready for it.
Would you say it's the best gig that you've done?
Yeah, definitely. We put a lot of effort into it and trying to promote it and get people buzzing for it, because done a load of gigs already at the parish, a load of headliners, a load of supports, and we just thought, Mad Friday, biggest night of the year, let's try and make it like a real big show for everybody. Yeah, we got beers, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Oh, let's crack
them open for me. Give me some juice.
We're on this right now. Camera 1. Approved by Deadwax. Slightly so.
It's heaven in a bottle.
This guy can't take a sip. He's gonna have to break character for a second.
Logo design as well, man. On point.
You cracked mine open. You fucking cheers me. I haven't even opened it yet.
You don't need it.
Yeah, it's got.
Shout out to Logan for this. We'll give a shout out to Logan for this logo. Very good.
Yeah, man.
It is actually. It's pretty sweet, yeah. Brewed in Huddersfield.
You're watching this video. You better be watching this video. Oh, we'll have in words, won't we? We will be having a lot of words. I won't be having.
Okay. So we spoke about like some of your gigs and some of the tracks you've got coming up, but I want to go back to the start of Deadwax. Yeah. The very, very start of Deadwax. A while ago. Cast your mind back. Tell me the origins of the band. How did you come to be what you are? Swinging from rafters, getting the crowd bouncing. How did you come to be?
Twinkle in my dad's eye.
If you want to get to the core of Deadwax, you've got to go.
Well, I'm not going that far.
Ben was born first. Well, you're the youngest, aren't you?
Yeah, if I was born first, I'd be the oldest.
He's the oldest. He doesn't even know
A bit
his
of a dumbass,
birthday.
aren't I?
We've been together for seven years this summer. Yeah, we met in high school. So me, Solon Skinner. Oh, junior school, true. Yeah, junior school. But like, we really got going. We got going in high school. I was in the form with Sol and Skinner, and it started with Skinner asked me if I wanted to be in a band with another guy we knew, and we tried that for like a week, 2 weeks. I think two weeks. And it was pretty dire, I have to say. Not naming any names, but obviously me and Skinner carried on.
You know who you are.
I hope you know.
This. I think he's a Marine now, so we're not going to say anything. No, he's a Marine though.
Hell no.
He's on.
And if he is, we're fucked.
Yeah.
We know who you are.
And yeah, we basically got Sol and Ben just together, and just started jamming some old songs really. What did we start with? Yeah, we started with blues.
Our first song was Good Times, Bad Times. We covered that, and that's by Led Zeppelin. It's not to boast here, but it's probably not the easiest first song to start with. I mean, Led Zeppelin, I think, are definitely a big band that we all admire and wanted to recreate a sound of at some point. Yeah. And that's evolved very much into what you're hearing today.
None of us knew how good each of us were on instruments, and we just said, right, we'll learn one song, because we had a great place near Home Firth where we live called Hope Bank Works. So nice. Big up to Hope Bank Works.
It's gone now,
but we had our own space to practice, and we met up and we were like, right, we're going to get a band together. And we just said, right, we'll learn Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin, the first song on the first album. Let's get it nailed. And I think the next week we got back together and we fucking smashed it. Didn't we?
Yeah.
And we thought, we got something special,
It was amazing. It's really lucky that we were all we knew that we've known each other for so long. Just how we just clicked. I don't know any better individual musicians than for a drummer, bassist, guitar player than these three. Which is just amazing.
I'm getting chills, man.
No, but it's mad though. It's. I feel really blessed about it. The level of musicians that this band just happens to have, just from who we we just happen to.
Everyone's going to start crying here. I'm
welling up, man.
Oh my
Going
God.
red.
This guy, man.
I need to go
and
and
just the fact that
five.
we don't fucking hate each other, to be fair, after the 7 years.
There's been some trying times.
This guy was like, can we find another Hurst? He's just terrible. I hate him so much. Why did he dye his hair blonde? What is this guy doing?
You're actually making me feel really uncomfortable.
I'll just, just let me sit on the edge of this chair like that.
Look how he's really
So would you say your genre's changed then? What? So would you say your genre's changed since you started?
So we started like blues, loads of blues, loads of just like straight up classic rock. Like, you know, we were learning Bowie songs and stuff. And then if you go back and listen to the first EP we brought out, that is still like, still there, and it's still super duper bluesy. Don't know how much longer it's going to be there, but
Make use of it while you can, because that is going to be good.
If you like any of them songs on our first EP, they're going to be disappearing probably.
But we might rewrite them into way better.
Although lots of people like Moonlight Love. I don't know if you know that one. We've released that one on Spotify.
That got a lot of love, yeah.
Yeah, was that 2018?
No, it was this year. It was 2019.
That was one of 3 songs we released, and it's kind of crazy to sort of map our the evolution of like Deadwax sound through our Spotify. You know, you can start off with the Young Fun EP. That was like September 2018, and then we kick off 2019. I think it was like the 1st of January with Moonlight Love. Take that over to Heavy Temptation, then over to Run It. It gets a lot heavier. You know, you start shuffling. There's a shuffle beat on Moonlight Love.
Yeah, we went from love songs to like sounded like we're going to stab people within about half a year.
We sort of found our testosterone and ran with it.
Took some big boy tablets and got on with it. But I would say it comfortably has. And I don't know, as much as we like blues, we're very proud to say that we've changed, like found a different sound, you know.
All that being said, what would you say you've changed into?
It's a good question.
Oh yeah,
it's a good
Because
question.
I went to a gig and I wrote a blog at the Loop Pedal, WordPress. But I wrote a blog and then I got a message the day after from you guys. I think I'd said it's like a punk rap sort of thing, and you were like, oh, what makes you sort of say punk? Because that's what I would call you, but I'm interested to see what you'd call yourselves.
I think it's just because we asked that because we were never particularly inspired by punk necessarily.
It's never
we
something
didn't
we
really
listened to. Never something we listened to.
Yeah, we didn't listen to something and get inspired by that necessarily. We've been inspired by lots of stuff, mainly hip hop, heavy rock. So we were discussing this sort of like a Beastie Boys and Rage Against the Machine kind of
I want to make
heavy riffs.
I want to make a point about the Beastie Boys because I feel like punk is like kind of the alternative to indie, and we are very alternative to indie. That is kind of, we have a bit of a vendetta to be completely on indie because there's quite a lot of indie bands at the moment and we were a bit sick of it, so we were just like, right, we want to make something completely alternative to that, and I think punk is one of those alternative genres, and I think it's easy to just find something that's alternative and be like, oh, that's probably set from that. And then from the Beastie Boys, because we are heavily influenced by the Beastie Boys, and they did do a lot of punk stuff, but that's always like, if we're ever listening to a Beastie Boys record like that, the punk songs are the ones we'll get like, you know, halfway through and we'll just be like, right, let's put the next one on. We want the one with the groove, like the funk.
All about the groove.
But it is there. Like I feel like we didn't do it on purpose, but that element of punk has crept in, just the alternative kind of angriness.
Yeah, and also we've been playing predominantly in Huddersfield, which is quite a big punk scene, to be honest. Loads of like that's what people are into around here.
Yeah,
mainly.
big ups my boys, Persian Rug Sale.
Hell yeah, boys, love you.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know, I feel like when we play, there is probably little aspects of it that are quite punkish, and I think people maybe come to watch us and they probably come away taking that kind of aspect away.
They connect more with that because that's what they're saying in Huddersfield now.
What's up?
Really important question. Everyone in the audience, what is your shoe size?
Oh, I'm a 9.5, but it really depends, doesn't it?
Depends on what?
Depends on the brand, man.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Everyone has this problem. Like Nikes, I'm like 9. Adidas, I'm like 9.
No, I'm a 9. No, I'm a 9.5. No, but I had to get 10.5 for these Air Force Ones.
Do you know what I mean?
Size, aren't I?
What is that?
I think that's a 2, mate.
2?
Yeah, man.
What
Kid
are you saying
feet.
about my
Kid
feet?
feet, dude.
I'm just checking that.
Oh, wait, that's it. Oh, it's 2, mate. It's 2.
Oh no, I'm a size 9, bro. I'm a size 9 male/male.
Henry Skinner, male/male.
On the other hand, in France, I am a size 43.5.
French Deadwax. What was it?
And then in Japan, I'm size 275.
Yeah, he's size 275. 275? That's because stereotypically they're known as quite small.
Yeah, I'm a fucking size 275 in Japan. Yo, we're already big in Japan, bro.
Missing one more.
Oh, I dance between a 10, a 10.5 and an 11.
Oh.
Anywhere between there, you can sort of take your pick and it'll probably fit.
It's a very, very nice way of putting between a 10 and 11. That's a really lovely little way of... I dance between.
Hey, well, sometimes you gotta. And I'm no dancer.
That's a big thing, having the biggest feet in Deadwax. That's
Yeah,
the biggest thing. Having the biggest feet. That's the best thing. You got the biggest feet in Deadwax. Look at that.
Just look at it. You can swing it round now.
Well, yeah.
That's
We're a team, though, you know, so we're pretty much.
We sort of average out at about 15. 16.
To be fair to you, you've all got pretty big feet.
Big feet, big riffs.
I'm 9.5, man. Come on.
big feet, big tracks.
Well, that was a big question. We need to get out of the way at some point.
I'm happy you've got that out of the
I
way.
needed to, because it was like a question that's been sitting on every single person who's watching it.
I've been struggling to sleep for the past week.
I had some guy ask me about my foot size after a gig. He was begging me. I was like, oh, man.
Was it him?
Sorry, I was wearing a mask that time. It was just like, I came in a mask, I was like...
Oh, we were like, oh, it's this dickhead again. He wants some shoe size.
I thought this was a perfect opportunity, because last time he just thought I was a weirdo.
He was sitting up on the beams like a little vulture trying to find out. Like.
I was there with some binoculars, just looking at your feet, just thinking to myself, size 10? Nah, maybe not. We'll see.
Well, you gotta be sure. I don't blame you.
Moving away from shoe size and foot size, unfortunately, I'd like to ask you all individually about your own music taste, although I suspect they'll be similar. Are there any differences?
Right, are we going left to right or right to left?
I want to go right to left. I want it
Left to right.
left to right. Okay. I do need to think. I think going off like heavy rotation is probably jazz and funk. Probably what I dance between the most. I really like Wolfpack, Snarky Puppy. I can listen to that stuff for hours. When Wolfpack come playing, I'm gonna go watch him. But I'm also, on top of being a really big fan of the heavier side, you know, that being Rage Against the Machine, Prophets of Rage, taking some Cypress Hill in there because that's awesome. I quite like, I don't know if you know of John Bellion. John Bellion, I love that guy to pieces. He's very contemporary.
The photo with on your phone.
Yeah, he's my
Okay, he's just like...
Get it written down.
In his head he's like...
Going down the line, it's going to get different.
We all like Wolfpack, don't we?
Yeah, I think Wolfpack's very much a common interest, and that was kindly shown to me by this young man in the balaclava here.
He shall remain nameless.
Looking a bit like a wrestler there.
So he's actually got a relative who is a professional wrestler.
Well, that's a fun fact to know.
Can we interview him as well?
Get him on.
Yeah. They all get birthday lists.
We're a wrestling family from the 1990s.
Nice.
Go on, Skinner. What are you into, man?
I'm a jazz man.
Doesn't look like it.
Scariest jazz man.
Yeah, to be fair, the thing I least expected to come out of your mouth then was, I'm a jazz man.
It's true though, bro.
Stop clicking his fingers.
I'm a jazz man.
Dabbles in K-pop. So I'm just hunting down the camera.
I don't.
Feel the wrath of my fusion.
That's on video now.
I
we can
do
use
not
that.
dabble.
We can clip that out now. That's on video. We can clip that out.
But no, I'm a big jazz guy. Obviously, the whole rock thing. It's the first kind of music I was into was like blues, and then like bands like AC/DC, because I saw Angus Young spinning on the floor.
It went through a prog phase.
Oh yeah, prog as well. Rush was my first concert.
Rush are great, yeah.
And I was
That was like opposing factions, and you all just went, "Oh God!" And on the end was like, "Oh yeah,
There was one point, wasn't it, where you were recording his guitar amp inside a bath.
yeah.
Just for that that nice timbre.
Oh, get really proggy. We'll get
real
sound.
proggy.
He was, like, stood in the bath.
Yeah.
I just wanted the cleanest tone, dude.
Rubbing suns on the tone.
Yeah, we were just downstairs just here. Could you just imagine his face like,
The proggiest shit you've ever heard. You couldn't count it at all. It was like 37-4.
I'm done with my prog phase now.
yeah. So. I don't think we ever used that, did we? No.
A lot of hip hop, and yeah, like in terms of guitar playing as well, taken from Tom Morello in Rage, the amount of different sounds that he makes is very difficult to replicate, but trying to make it your own is also very interesting. I really like loads of funk, loads of fusion, Alan Holdsworth, Pat Metheny, these guys using like synth sounds on the guitars, just something I'm really trying to get into as well. But no, yeah, wide variety. I like a lot of dubstep, D&B as well. Like we're going to Beat Horizon this Saturday, which is in Manchester. We've got Swindle, Samper the Great, dude. Goldie is on. It's going to be mad.
Is it me now?
Yeah,
you done?
Yeah, go on.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
No more jazz?
Skip.
Oh yeah, scat singing. Yeah, I'm big on scat singing.
Big on scat, man.
Wow.
It's got a scat EP coming out.
It's got a scat EP.
I'm not lying. Yeah, it's dropping on Grime Daily. Yeah, this guy's scat EP.
No, a lot of my tastes. I've always been big on like riffs and sort of that earworm that just makes me want to repeat a song over and over again. I think when I was like 10 years old, and I used to listen to Otis Redding.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to play him over and over again, and I was just like, Dad, play it again. So I just get obsessed. So I used to go through phases of just listening to one band over and over again. A couple of years ago, it would have been Beastie Boys, just listening to everything over and over. And I really got into just figuring out what it is that makes you want to listen to something over and over, because it's different for everything. And that's for me in this band. That's sort of transposed into writing riffs, and I just love trying to come up with a vibe and then just sort of layering on top of that. So yeah, Beastie Boys, Rage Against the Machine obviously has been a big influence for us in terms of the heavy side, and we started doing that. We wrote Heavy Temptation, and everyone came up to us and was like, "Oh, you sound a lot like Rage Against the Machine." And we were kind of like, "Yeah, I guess we do, don't we?" But we're getting more into kind of synthy sounds and trying to get sort of big, booming, like dubsteppy kind of dirty vibe. Yeah, bass. Dirty, stinking bass.
All the things that you describe, you can sort of see them. Like you say, you can map Deadwax from the start, in that you can hear in like Tunnel and songs like that. You can hear like little riffs of jazz in between. Whereas in Run It, you can at the start it starts with like a dirty synth sort of. Yeah. So you can sort of pick it out, and now that you've said it, you can really see it.
Yeah. I think that's what we never felt like we got to a point where we were like, yeah, this is kind of what this band is. We always were trying to look for something that because obviously we all have different music tastes, and we were trying to bring it all together. And it never felt difficult. It never felt like a stress. But it did. It sort of we collaborate together, and then the band just sort of progresses. And this is like the point we're at now.
What? Oh. Share with the group.
What's going on over there?
Notes.
So basically, I drew
That's my dick size.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, wait.
I swear I've seen that on your passport before.
Yeah, was it taken from his driving license?
Have we got more beers?
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh, you sure, mate? We'll share it.
I know you're wasted as a pot wash fan.
Yeah.
I think you could sell that for way over £100.
We're knocking on 200. We're pushing on £200.
Are we dancing between 150 and 200?
We've knocked on the door.
Triple figures.
They've looked at the people and just gone,
maybe if you
fuck off. Shut the door and go.
I think it's pretty perfect. That. I'm proud of that.
I think the size of it different. He's got a bit bigger head than that. It's not
Mate, I've got a tiny head.
not that small.
Okay, it's not that small. Yeah. Just draw it on.
We're going to have a fight in a minute. We're just going to be scrapping in between, like, I'll be a referee.
I've run out of beer now. Oh, sad.
Should we do? Are you done with your?
Should we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Should we? Hang on. Should we just cut for a bit?
Should we go for a break? Have a
Should we? Yeah.
Sick time!
Just have a little segment. And we're back.
So another technical hitch there. The sign decided it didn't want to work, so we had a light and a sign. Almost like the world doesn't want to hear your inspiration.
It's a light.
I do. So
It's a light and a sign. It's like it's from God.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Well.
I do. Don't worry. Come on.
Well, I remember the first kind of music I properly loved. I remember I used to do my paper round to C6 Steve, like, which is.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, innit? Like year eight, right, I do my paper round to the best hits of C6 Steve. He's just like an old blues man. He was like, apparently he was homeless, but it turns out he was never homeless. So his claim to fame. But he was like 70, and he had like a 3-string guitar, and I just loved that. I remember White Stripes. Jack White is. I remember he was a person I was like, oh, I want to be him. He's amazing, and he was a guitar player and just songwriter. He's in the band White Stripes, Dead Weather. He's got his own solo stuff going on now. He's got a record label. But I always.
He's a bit fat now.
He is a bit fat now, yeah. But he's got a weird neck. I think it's from the art of singing he's done. But
He's doing a collaboration, isn't he, with Jack Black?
is he?
you know that?
Jack Black and Jack White.
Jack Gray. Might be kidding. No, I don't know if it's a joke. I don't know if it's a joke, but it was like a joke that they made. I hope that actually happens. That would be great.
And then when I got to college, like I just got so into dance music. Started off just kind of bass line and then drum and bass. That's kind of where the rapping aspect came from, because there's the people, you know, we were saying how we get compared to Rage Against the Machine, and it was never that we were trying to be Rage Against the Machine. It was like we wanted riffs kind of like Led Zeppelin and Rage, like that heaviness, but the rapping element of it always came from kind of drum and bass and bassline MCing and like rave.
Well, you'd already done some MCing beforehand. Didn't you?
Yeah, that's what got me into it. I started MCing for events, and then I fucking loved it. I was like, this is great. This is so fun. I didn't really want it, and that's how we kind of got to moving away from the blues kind of side of things. But like that's primarily dance music. But then I love like loads of hip hop. Biggie is amazing. I love High Focus TV. They put out so many good songs. 4 Owls, Ocean Wisdom.
4 Owls.
Yeah, the 4 Owls are amazing. Little Sims, I went to see her recently. She was amazing. But it's amazing how many or how wide our inspirations individually go to then, so that the sound we end up having is it's just brought from everywhere. Like we're not just inspired by like 3 or 4 bands or one scene. It's all genres. Like
that really helps to sort of set you in a completely different vein to everything else out there now, because you've drawn from such a wide variety of different things. No one could ever recreate that sound.
Hopefully.
Fusion of different genres of music is just a beautiful thing. because you get completely new styles and sounds out of it. It's got to be done.
Beautiful things. I'd like to draw your attention to this little thing.
We've heard something's going to happen. Don't know what it is.
We're setting you up for something fabulous.
We'll put it in between you two there.
Alright.
And just press space on there.
Oh my god.
Press space.
That thumbnail.
There you go.
Here we
Have a
go.
look at this.
Right,
Press
do you want
space.
to do it, Sol?
Should we press play so we sync it?
Yeah,
Press
go on.
space.
Go on.
3, 2, 1, play.
Oh no! Fuck, bro.
It's not edited.
You know.
It's everything.
He's just walking.
Guys.
This is great quality.
Guys.
This is going to be the entire song, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Oh, boys.
I think I should replace. I think I can.
I think this needs
Mate,
to be a remix.
you're wasted as a pot wash, you know. Bro.
Yeah, you can.
Turn it off now. Turn it off. No, mate. You got too tight.
Beautiful.
What the hell is that
Beautiful.
for, Zen? That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mate.
Good face. Yeah.
Oh
Then I'll
yeah,
take
look at
back
that.
over.
No, I want to look.
I wanna see how
what
it
the nice
ends.
faces.
It doesn't.
It doesn't end. It continues forever. Trust me. When you start watching this, it just.
The Deadwax never ends.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the thing in the ring when it's like you watch this and you got 7 days to live.
Yeah.
7 days to live now. You watch that.
And then Dan is going to crawl out of your TV singing "Run It" and kill you.
What's gonna happen is you go to the afterlife and just the torture's that. You have to watch
Oh
that.
God.
You have to watch that for the rest of the thing.
It's like
Not
yeah,
any
like,
music now. It's just him
Mate.
flailing around.
that is genius.
That took us an hour to film, and oh my god, I was sweating my arse off.
that's the commitment.
You know, we've been looking for a video for "Run It" and all. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
We have. Oh, dude.
If you want,
Yeah, if you send us that is on our Instagram like tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be in this video.
Get it done, men behind the camera.
This is just what my life has come to.
Hey man, I remember my first beer.
Yeah, that was me after one pint. That's me after one pint. I go and do an acapella.
Or like fucking Bud Light as well.
Yeah, we're talking 3%.
Is that a shandy?
Yeah, exactly. God damn.
So, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to bring you back down to earth a little bit now.
I think we should keep it at this turn now. I think
Yeah,
we're a bit excited.
I
now.
can't keep this
We're all a
level of
bit excited.
excitement. I'll have a heart attack.
We'll ask you. We'll go for a following question. Do you like the B movie?
Where do we begin with the beer?
I've never seen the B movie. You've never watched the B movie? No.
Whoa! Cut!
Get the fuck out.
The B movie.
Get the fuck out of this.
Don't worry, you can watch it in about 2 minutes because there's that version on YouTube where every time time they say B in the B movie, it gets twice as fast. That is the best way to watch the B movie.
The only bit I've seen is when he's trying to go through the window.
Oh, he just doesn't.
What about this time? Isn't it? What about this time? I'm thinking, yeah.
Have you played the game there?
There's a B movie.
What?
There's a B movie game.
Oh fuck! Get out, Jake.
Was it on Wii?
No, it was on Xbox 360. It just sounds like it would be on Wii. It's a VR. It's a VR game. I'm a B.
Oh no, the light's gone. Oh, just crack on the main lights.
Right. So, due to our ongoing technical hitchhike,
Yeah, there's multiple now, yeah.
there's multiple hitches, so hitchhike. I'd like to go on to something that you were saying at the start, and you mentioned it in passing, and I want to sort of delve deeper into it, you mentioned that there was some sort of deal on the table. And I know you can't talk a lot about it at this time, but we'd like a little scoop if you've got one.
Look at him now, the shape.
Quivering,
You
man.
got us sweating. Oh, dude. Has anyone got deodorant? Because I'm going to need some right about now.
I actually do.
Well, we have
some opportunities that we would like to take full advantage of.
Yeah. We have some like good level industry interest. We're going to be working with hopefully some very respected people in the industry, award-winning people related to mixing, releasing, and we're going to be coming out of 2020 with some amazing pieces of work that we are going to be just super proud of.
We have a release plan sorted for like the next 6 to 8 months, working with loads of different people that now we have the opportunity to, go with, which is really good.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get.
Won't have to be practicing in my mum's living room anymore. Actually, no, I probably will.
In the bath, yeah. In the bath.
Oh, my bath, yeah. Sure.
So, speaking about how your future plans, I've heard something about a gig in some sort of school assembly.
Oh, them ones.
A little birdie told me about this.
We've done gigs in school assemblies.
We used to do gig assemblies, didn't
It's
we?
going back to early Deadwax.
Yeah.
Before Deadwax was even Deadwax.
Did you have like the crowd bouncing?
Oh no.
Were people swinging off?
Well, no, we got great story about that. We were playing. What song was it?
It was a Muddy Waters tune called "I Just Want to Make Love to You."
School assembly.
Year 10.
Yeah. What year was that? Like year 9?
We were like year 10.
Yeah.
And we got eyeballs.
And like, yeah,
so
all
the
the
heads a year. It was awful.
Yeah. All our mates walking in was like, I just want me love to you. And all the teachers' eyes was like, oh shit.
Like straight.
Wow.
Early Deadwax when it was straight blues, and we weren't even called Deadwax, we were called the Psychedelic Blues Project. And the reason that name came about was because our second gig we didn't have a name, and all that got put on the poster was Jake Milburn. So these guys were rather pissed off about that. So me and Skinner spent an hour on the phone. And the best thing we came up with was the Psychedelic Blues Project, and we thought it was like the fucking shit. We were like, yeah, that's sick. Yeah. And then it's like, oh.
And then we started not being psychedelic, not being blues, and then we were together for about 3 years. So it wasn't really much of a project.
It was like.
So yeah.
So where did the name Deadwax come from? Did you have like a candle that was?
No, it's
Was it my idea? I don't think it was.
No, it was the big man, Papa Milburn.
Was it Papa Milburn?
Yeah, but it's basically it's the middle of a vinyl is called the Deadwax, which it's the bit that makes no sound. So obviously we make good sound. We're not just. But that is the Deadwax, and we've used that with our logo. Like our logo is a record. It's got the spindle in the middle. Like that spindle, we've really taken up. Like we've really.
But
grown
Deadwax
onto.
also means just a record that hasn't yet been like recorded with, so it's just smooth. So that you could say the Deadwax could be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That I can see a new tagline in the making. Deadwax, whatever you want it to be, that's not prog.
Yeah.
No, we take it back to scatting.
That's not included.
And if you wear your guitar up here, you are not allowed.
Oh yeah, we do. We had like a rule. Yeah, you're not allowed to have your guitar any what was it? You can't have it like below your waist.
Yeah.
Or above your belly button.
Yeah.
It's got to be right in the middle. Yeah.
Oh god. Some strict regulations.
Right, sauce.
Oh man.
Dude.
Yeah, salt's gonna get involved.
These
tonight.
lot are all veggies. Yeah. And it's fucking sweet because we get offered food quite often, and I just get sweet all the meat.
Can I get the box once you're done with it? I'm sorry.
It's gluten free, yeah.
Yeah, cameraman wants some. Cameraman wants a wing.
Yeah, man.
Are these vegan, yeah?
Dude,
I can't believe this isn't chicken.
Wow.
Gluten.
Yeah, take that out.
Like 2 hours ago and they're still warm.
Where'd you get them from? Dixie's Chicken. Yeah, fair enough, mate. My favourite one on that row of, it's literally a street of chicken shops, across Church Street. There's one called Chicken Cottage, or Chicken Village, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it's called Chicken Village.
Chicken cottage.
So we've really quite quickly turned into hot ones.
A dabble, do ya?
They're not spicy. Oh God.
I'm not bold enough for this.
All greased up now.
You greasy boy.
Grease me up, woman.
So you got to hold on to that now, or you can yeet the poultry. Camera left.
Camera left.
That's camera right, you muppet.
Oh, true, because perspective.
Perspective.
It's got a bit of a kick to that.
Is there a little bit of spice?
Tastes like death. Does it taste like death?
Even the box was fucking greasy.
Vegan.
I made a bit of a mess.
Vegan.
You vegan?
No, I'm not vegetarian. It's just funny. It begins with a V.
You were a virgin.
Woo! Yeah, man.
Next question.
Right, okay. Well, I finished this. I'd like to ask you. Yeah,
I have a question. Put it in box. Just eat the burn. Eat it.
Yeah, dude, it digests. in
Yeet
20
the
seconds.
poultry.
Eat the
Tell you what.
Don't aim for the.
Eat it.
No.
Eat it.
Yeah, place it softly down somewhere.
Eat it. I'm surprised I can get that.
I'll give a proper question now. So, what's everyone's pay? No, I can't ask that one.
He's taking our shoe size. He's advancing.
Well, I can go for your shoe size if you want. I want to know where Wax on the Groove came from. That saying.
Oh,
Song line, lyric line.
yeah, it was just.
It's in every song.
No, yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's my bad.
We're about to start pushing back.
Yeah, they
on that.
pissed. I pissed them off because I say it too much now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's kind of got like your saying though, hasn't it?
it's just a catchphrase now,
Well,
which
that's
is really
what-
good.
that's what we wanted.
We wanted it to be a
We wanted it
catchphrase.
to be a catchphrase.
But it's like I end up like I'm just like, oh, let's try this riff right, and I'm just like rapping, and then I end up just saying it, and they're like, Jake, for fuck's sake, man, stop saying it.
Yeah.
But it literally, yeah, it was just the Heavy Temptation lyrics. It just literally came from that. We were like, you know what, Wax on the Groove. That's a pretty good catchphrase. That.
Oh, is this the chicken chappy?
I've already had one chicken. The whole chicken in there.
There we go.
Cheers, man.
Just let me just like.
Amsterdam succulent.
So, fuck's sake. Last. Okay. I've seen you perform in Leeds quite a bit. And I think you've done a few in Manchester, is that right?
We've done one in Manchester. Yeah.
So I want to ask you what's different about performing around here, Huddersfield, to Leeds, Manchester?
Everyone in Huddersfield is fucking mental.
Yeah.
Insane crowd.
In a good way.
Yeah. Like Huddersfield is sick. Like we do.
Well, for us personally, performing in Huddersfield, because we went to college in Huddersfield, so already like quite a few people knew about us, and then as soon as we started playing, everyone was just, I don't know, everyone was just loving it. Whereas if we play in Manchester, no one knows what the hell we're about. Yeah. So everyone's just sort of stood there.
Is it the goal to create what you have here in terms of following over there, or would you want to take the following you have here with you?
Well, I mean, we definitely want to take the following with us. But obviously we can't expect. We don't expect people to travel, especially if we've done a gig in Huddersfield, like 2 weeks before, and then we're doing one in Leeds. But like our goal for this year, we're going to take Leeds that's going to be fucking our city. Like, it's going to be great. Like, we've already got a few. We've done a few really fucking sick supports. We're playing there on Friday with Avenoir. We supported Supermarket Police last week. We supported Distort. That gig was amazing. The whole room was bouncing. It was amazing. And by the end of the year, we're going to have done a few headline shows in Leeds, sellout shows. Like, that is what it will happen. We know it's going to happen. We've just got to push it as hard as we can, and we know that we can do that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think one of the things as well is a lot of people seem to think that Huddersfield's quite a sleepy little place, and when you dig just slightly beneath the surface, you find like this crazy local music scene that has been built up and built up and built up. So is it more about discovering that and getting that heard, or going somewhere where you don't have to work as hard?
Well, Huddersfield is always going to be like home for us for playing, you know, like our first gig in a proper venue that wasn't just like a pub or someone's party was at the Parish. And it's like, you know, fell in love with the place straight away. Huddersfield's we'll always be gigging in Huddersfield. And we want to take, you know, our crowd in Huddersfield, we want to take you everywhere. Come with us. It'll be a fun ride.
Come with the journey.
Yeah.
Follow us.
It's yeah, because there's so much great stuff coming out of Huddersfield. Like, just like the supports we had for our Mad Friday show, £2 Persian rug sale. There's a whole nother like generation coming up after them as well. It's great to see, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be heard, because there's a lot of electronic music as well. Like Basement is insane. The events that are at Basement, like how quickly they sell out, the amount of people they bring and the acts that they're getting for the kind of music they're putting on is really, really promising. It's really good.
Yeah, we can't sing the praises about the Parish enough though. Like, we love the Parish. The Parish always just taking great care of us. They're really supportive, and they're just like, I can't recommend a better venue. Like, we've played so many little venues now. We've done Leeds, Manchester, Sheffield, pubs everywhere, and I've not played on a better stage or sound system than the Parish.
Yeah.
And the crowds you get in there are just amazing. It's
The sound they get there as well is just amazing.
Yeah, all the sound guys, genius. We love you. Ed, what a guy.
Yeah, man.
He was our Mad Friday
Love
engineer.
Ed.
Jesus, you are the man, Ed. We love you.
Love Ed.
Yeah.
Big man. If you're watching this, comment below how big you are, Ed, please. Need to know
Comment
that.
your foot size, shoe size.
Yeah,
Everyone comments their foot size. We want everyone's foot size.
Don't do it. Dan is creating a human centipede. And he just needs to know dimensions. Do not comment on the video.
Alright then, one sec.
So thin, I reckon I could just, you know.
Don't.
No?
It's just a salt.
It's actually surgically attached to him.
It's actually
is.
fused with his skin. No. Yeah.
He's invisible under it, it's just a pair of eyes.
I'm a floated pair of eyes and a baseball cap.
Well, we've just been talking so much, I've forgotten the question I was going to ask. Just one sec. I'll have a think of a little question now. Let me have a little think.
I'll be the film.
Yeah, just say something in between. Just sit, have a little chat. What do you think of offshore wind? Have a little chat.
I'm quite. So yeah, we'll flip it while he's thinking. We'll flip it round. Lay a question on me.
Yeah, man. Are you guys both studying media at college, yeah?
Yes.
I'm guessing how that's you guys started this.
I'll answer on his behalf for any time we're both brought into this. Yes, we are.
Nice one, guys. How did you get the idea for the name of Slightly Sober? Give us a bit of detail, because you've got this cracking logo as well.
Always slightly sober. We're never quite. We're always still a bit gone from night before.
So here's it on the details.
So, yeah, which college is it you guys are at?
New college.
Oh, right, okay, nice. Yeah, man.
Smoker's massive.
Yeah, man. What's your favourite gig you've ever been to? It's not. Come on, it's not Deadwax. It's not. Come on. I don't want it to be Deadwax. I don't want it to be Deadwax. No, I don't.
I would say Deadwax, but the best gig I've been to was probably Mac DeMarco at the Peace Hall. It was pleasing to the ears. It was like minor little smiles, just yeah. It was yeah. Real high.
I've got an idea. I've asked you a weird question. You can ask me one weird question. I'll answer it to you. Anything you want.
A lot of opportunity here. Let's
Yeah.
Might have a little groups discussion.
Can we all give you a question each? 4 questions.
We'll see. Go on then. Let's see.
Favourite type of whale?
That's too deep to get into.
So many whales.
Hey.
Deep sea.
We're talking oceans.
Deep sea, mother liquor.
Fucking prick.
I can go, man. I mean,
Favorite type of whale? Dolphin.
Great answer.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think it might be though. I think it might be in the whale category.
You really don't have to include this question in the video.
For the marine
biologist, dude. Are they in the whale category? I think they might be.
Are they
No, they're fish.
Dolphins and they're mammals.
I know.
Okay.
Right, this next question is from me, and you seriously don't have to include either the question or the answer in the video. However, I think it reveals an interesting layer of your character.
Oh.
This is not a doing of my own mind, okay? You wake up, okay? Oh God, actually, I've started this now, and
We've started.
We can always.
The buyout is always Greg's Pasties. Go to Greg's Pasties.
Yeah, I actually feel kind of weird asking this now.
Okay.
Go for it, man.
All right, you wake up.
No one even
you
knows
wake
what you
up.
look like.
I'd be really vibing to Deadwax sometimes.
You are an inch deep into your
Fuck is this? I'm gonna pay tribute to something that Henry showed me yesterday. And Henry, you should know what this is.
Oh, the Shamon.
Shamon, motherfucker.
Shamon, motherfucker. Spoon loving motherfucker.
I like to see that.
I'm not in on this joke, but it's
Weird question.
It
sounds
sounds like
hilarious.
Michael Jackson.
Ben hasn't thought of one.
The
whole bottle.
That was our prototype for these.
Well, I'll chug that.
You would chug that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I really wanted another beer. That's worked out really well.
Jake, can I cop a sip? I'm talking a sip.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Well, yeah, because Skinner's staying in town, so we've got to get a bus.
Just staying in town. Why are you staying in town?
Because I'm off to a bird's house in Newton.
Is she now?
Yeah, it is.
Cheers.
She's like
It's got to be on camera.
She like masks, yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
She likes bird harvesting.
Drake, it's Drake, he is our mate. I like to drink it, Drake, because he gets it down at 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hey!
Madness.
It was
My
just water.
God.
Well done. Let's get. Who's got the weird question next then?
I've got a question. It's not that weird though. I was going to sort of link it to the music industry, but who wants to talk about that?
We need a weird one.
You want a weird one?
I want-
Okay, can you give me 20 seconds?
20 seconds, yeah. Jake, have you got a...
What's your favourite flavour of milk? Is it blueberry, apple or strawberry? Oh shit, no wait, blue, green or red?
Say. Comment below if you've had blueberry milk before.
Yeah, well, it's just the blue one, isn't it?
Or apple milk.
Apple milk is the green
What was
one.
the other one?
Strawberry.
Strawberry milk. Everyone's had strawberry
Everyone's
milk
had
before.
Strawberry milk is my favourite.
Strawberry.
Strawberry milk is my favourite.
You're a red milk kind of guy.
Drink
fully
red
skim
milk?
You freak.
it. You fully skim it.
Shout out to my mum for drinking red milk.
Big ups.
Zero
milk.
fat content.
Big up to my mum.
Shaz knows who she is.
I know you're watching this.
You're a fucking
No, you're not. Hopefully you're not watching this. Please say my mum's not watching this. Thanks. Comment below if you drink red milk.
How many people are going to be commenting below? Shoe size, red milk, blue milk.
Comment below your shoe size, red milk, apple milk, anything.
Red milk is going to get cussed out something rotten.
Jesus. Hey, Ben's question is...
I've got a question. Oh, do you want me to use it? Can I get both mics? Okay. Gentlemen, I'm going to take you to a segue here. You dabble on a night out, you're having a good time. Okay, a hunger grows upon you. You're getting hungry. Your stomach's rumbling. We've all been there. So, okay, you know what? You're dazed, possibly you're confused. You're leaving a club. Where do you go in Huddersfield for a takeaway and what you copping? Tell me. I want to know. Really? It's disappointing. I've never had cheesy chips and I don't want to.
You don't like cheese?
No, I respect that. You were straight in to the point. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, nice one.
No hesitation.
Is that the one near the train station?
Sort of,
Yeah.
I walk in, I go, oi, out the way. Cheesy chips, my brother, right here, £3.
You holler for boss man. Yeah.
Boss man. No, that's for the taxi home.
Taxi home.
Boss man's for the taxi home. Just here, boss man, behind that red car, boss man.
I can't recommend 88 Noodle Bar highly enough. If you're out...
Is that open at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, it is. It's open late. Yeah, man. It's open late. It needs to... Seriously. 88 Noodle Bar, dude. The prices and the amount of food you get, bro.
Oh. So, we're talking quality and quantity. That's good.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but it happened. Oh wait, I need to answer. I'm a classy guy. I do.
That's as far as that's going.
I'm just a classy guy. I do like a classy doner kebab.
Nice.
Mum's called Bonnie, you know.
Yeah, my mum was called Donna. My mum...
Let me do that again before the ball. Skinner's mum's called There you go.
That's a fun fact for you. I've got one more question for you there. The question is, do you know Night at the Museum? Do you know the one where they go to London? What's your thoughts on at the end when Ben Stiller kisses that monkey?
See, I heard that's how it started. It was Ben Stiller.
Fuck's sake. Very nice.
Like I watched that and it's like, this is a kid's movie and you're seeing a guy straight up, full on, kissing a monkey.
Creating AIDS.
It is Ben Stiller though, isn't he? He's a bit mental. To be fair.
I'll level with you guys. It's not my proudest fap.
I'm going to thank all of you for listening to us ramble on for however long this ends up being. Sorry, George and Harry in the editing booth. But yeah.
You're the main men, George and Harry, the unsung heroes of service.
Woo!
Shout out to George and Harry.
Shout out the Rice Ball and Harry. So yeah, thanks for coming along, listening to us, helping us get the ball rolling on Slightly Sober. Thanks to Dan for your little warm, cuddly story there.
It's not really cuddly or warm.
No, I am as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Ta-ra.
Do we need to teleport out? Alright, everyone just click the things at the same time and I think we're going to teleport out right now. Alright, everyone.
I'll be sat here on my phone.
Stay there. Ready? 3, 2, 1.